Today, the committee will hold an oversight hearing entitled Demanding Results to End Native Youth Suicides. Over the past 10 years, this committee has held 6 formal hearings to address the issue of youth suicide. We return to this panel issue once again today because youth suicide continues to plague too many Indian communities. In 2011, the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration identified youth suicide as the second leading cause of death for Indian youth between 15 and 24 years of age. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control reported Native youth suicide to be 2.5 times the national average in 2012. Some communities are dealing with daily suicide attempts and suicide clusters. Over the last 6 months, the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation in South Dakota has suffered at least 11 suicides, and at least 379 suicide attempts have been reported. I was troubled to learn from the testimony submitted by President Steele that a youth pastor at the Pine Ridge Reservation received word that a group of children had planned a group suicide. The pastor sped to the place it was planned and found many ropes hanging from the trees. Thankfully, the pastor arrived before any of the children attempted to hang themselves, and he was able to counsel them on the spot, undoubtedly saving their lives in the process. This is just one reservation. Many communities across Indian country are facing similar tragedies or attempted tragedies. Our hearts go out to the families and communities for their great losses. I will not stand idly by, nor will this committee. There must be a better way of supporting the young people, parents, teachers, and community leaders that are fighting against suicide. We all share the goal of ending youth suicides in Indian country. Achieving this goal requires a comprehensive and evidence-based plan that is proactive instead of reactive. I'm very concerned that the administration's plan and actions so far have been insufficient. The Department of Health and Human Services is responsible for the delivery of health services to American Indians and Alaska Natives. Its duty is to uphold the federal obligation to promote healthy Indian communities and honor tribal governance, but it has failed to do so. I talked directly with Secretary Burwell last week. She shares our concern. Native youth suicide is too significant a threat for this committee to accept anything less than measurable results. And I'm very troubled that federal agencies with responsibilities to American Indians and Alaska Natives do not seem to be learning from the tribes like the White Mountain Apache tribe and the Menominee tribe, Indian tribe of Wisconsin, which have actually reduced the number of suicides in their communities. We will not turn away from this issue until it is resolved. The time for finger-pointing, lack of coordination, and excuses is over. This committee will do whatever it takes legislatively and in its oversight capacity to support results. Today we'll hear testimony from tribal leaders, a subject matter expert, and the administration.